Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Audley, Minister of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries, representing the Most Honorable Prime Minister, will now give an address.
Our custodians who are here with us, the former Custos of Manchester, my good friend, Silent Porters. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I bring you warm greetings, and I'm pleased to be here this afternoon for this installation of the Honourable Garfield Green as Custos Rotulorum for the Parish of Manchester. I wish to also bring greetings on behalf of the Most Honourable Prime Minister and Her Holiness, who would sincerely have loved to be here to join us in welcoming Mr. Green to his new office. The Prime Minister was, however, unable to be here and sends his apologies and his very best wishes. Custos Green, as you embark on this journey of Custos Rotulorum for the Parish of Manchester, I congratulate you and wish you every success. As I deputize for the Most Honourable Prime Minister, let me also use this opportunity on his behalf and on behalf of the citizens of Manchester to express our sincere gratitude to the outgoing Custos, the Honourable Sally Porters, who served us so well and in such a distinguished yet humble way over 7 years. Manchester is a very special place to all of us for a lot of reasons, especially for me. Today is therefore a special day, not just for Manchester, but also for Jamaica. The installation of a new Custos underscores our commitment to national service. And I have to share with you, Custos, because you must know these things, that in March of this year, I became the longest serving Member of Parliament in the history of Manchester. Longer than Winston Jones, Ernest Peart, Dean Peart, Michael Peart. I beat all of them. All right, Miguel? You have a ways to go, right? But I want to say, in Garfield Green, Manchester has found a citizen willing to serve his parish and his people, because the task of a Custos is an unselfish call of duty for which there is no compensation except a big thank you. He brings to his new office a calling to serve, even as he offers his experience, knowledge, and skills. We cannot overemphasize the value of custodians and justices of the peace to the community and, by extension, our country. Although the role has evolved over centuries, you custodians as chief magistrates and justices of the peace and as lay magistrates are still required to assist in keeping law and order, discipline and peace in our respective parishes. This commitment was made when you took the oath of allegiance and the oath of office, and as you have discovered, opportunities for promoting justice and peace abound not only in petty sessions of the court, but also, importantly, in your communities. Therefore, you should always be visibly active in diffusing tensions and conflicts in your communities through your support for and promotion of values-based programs, such as the Governor General's Program for Excellence. You will also sow the seeds of peace. While the large majority of Jamaicans are doing their best to build this country through their hard work and honest, enterprising labor, unfortunately, there are others in our midst who seem bent on destroying our country. who have no qualms about wrecking the prospects of honest people, snuffing out the lives of our people, including innocent infants and children. So we, the law-abiding citizens, should not remain so fearful that we even refrain from reporting crimes or giving the police useful information. This could prevent crimes or bring criminals to justice. Each of us should be willing to do whatever we can within our power to reverse the tide of crime in our country. It is an urgent calling of our time, and we cannot remain silent. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamaica needs all our help if we are to return to the peaceful and caring society that we need to be. Our custodians are a key part of the framework of rebuilding Jamaica as a peaceful, caring, loving, and dignified society that is based on high standards of personal conduct. As government, we are encouraging our custodians and justices of the peace to collaborate with the police and other stakeholders for the restoration of law and order in all communities. We recognize that it is a voluntary role, and true reward is helping to create a better Jamaica where all our residents are able to enjoy what Jamaica has to offer. In order to empower and strengthen our custodians and justices of the peace to effectively carry out their roles, the government has undertaken training programs in the areas of mediation, restorative justice, and conflict resolution. Also, steps have been taken in increasing the number of JPs across the island, as we undoubtedly recognize their significance. I therefore welcome the appointment of Mr. Green as Custos Rotulorum for the Parish of Manchester. You are no stranger to service, and I applaud your spirit of volunteerism toward advancing our country's development. Through hard work, preparation, discipline, focus, and motivation, Jamaica can indeed achieve much more. In accepting the invitation to the office of Custos, you have indicated your willingness to commit yourself to serve the people of Manchester, promote the rule of law, public order, and civic pride in the parish. You now lead the charge to motivate all residents and friends, including those in the diaspora, to participate in the growth and development of the parish. I know you have already embraced this challenge. The people of Manchester will look to you for leadership and guidance, not just in these areas, but also in justice and fair play, and I'm confident that you will not disappoint. Please be assured, Custos, of our support in your service, and certainly as Member of Parliament in this parish, and I speak on behalf of my other junior manayard who's here with us. I wish for you a successful tenure, as together with the citizens we continue to build our parish and by extension our country. And I have to leave with this with you. Your Excellency is not in my script, but I feel moved to leave it as a message for everyone. It's a story of restoration, because that's what we need in this country. We need a revival of standards. We need to revive respect for human life and respect for one another, respect for people, respect for our children. We've got to give them the right examples to emulate. And I give God thanks. My twin sister, I don't know if she's here, she's a justice of the peace as well. Fortunately for Audrey, we are not identical. But when our parents raised us, they taught us to read the Bible. And I've loved to read the Bible over the years. And there's one passage that I think of that I always use, and I leave with you. A passage that sums up the need for restoration. It's in the book of Isaiah chapter 58 verse 12. It says, "They that are of thee shall build the old waste places, raise up the foundations of many generations, be repairers of the breach and restorers of paths to dwell in." Repairers of the breach they shall call us, restorers of the homesteads. God bless you. God bless you, Custos. Thank you very much.
Their Excellencies, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, Governor General, and the Most Honorable Lady Allen, the Honorable Audley Shaw, representing the Prime Minister, Mr. Michael Phillips, representing the Leader of the Opposition, members of the Cabinet, the Honorable Mr. Justice Brian Sykes, Chief Justice, Your Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, Brigadier Mason, representing Lieutenant General Rocky Meade, Chief of the Defense Staff, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mr. Clifford Blake, representing the Commissioner of Police, His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Donovan Mitchell, Mayor of Mandeville, Honorable Custodians, Justices of the Peace, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and a warm welcome to you all. This occasion is a momentous one. It is a defining moment, but a humbling experience for me. And it is an absolute pleasure to have you share with me today. Thank you. The Office of Custos Rotulorum is a civic post, and the Custos is the Governor General's representative within the parish. I am cognizant of this role and the level of trust, confidence, and privileges that this office enjoys. Therefore, it is with humility, dignity, and gratitude that I accept to serve in the capacity of Custos of Manchester, to be the Governor General's representatives, and to serve the people of the parish. In accepting this position, I'm mindful of the responsibilities and tasks ahead of me, and I pledge to serve to the best of my ability as I build partnerships to work to promote the rule of law, public order, and civic pride. While I was growing up, I had high aspirations and wanted to serve. But I never dreamt of this experience that is happening now. This is truly an awe-inspiring and uplifting moment in my life's journey. Throughout my life, there were many who believed in me. They gave me support and encouragement to push ahead. Today, I enjoy the support and confidence from my family. Your presence here this afternoon is an indication of your support and confidence. And to you all, I say thanks. As I express my heartfelt gratitude to all who believe in me and give me the courage to serve, I pause to remember my late parents who instilled certain values and attitudes in me. Their words and acts of love have served as strength, guidance, and encouragement in my life. I wish to thank our Prime Minister, the Most Honorable and Holiness, and our Governor General, His Excellency, the Most Honorable Sir Patrick Allen, for the confidence expressed in my capabilities to serve in this office. Fellow citizens and well-wishers, my oath to God, my country, and my people is taken at a time when Jamaica needs the support and service of all its citizens, as no single person can solve the challenges which our nation faces. Jamaica's success and prosperity depends on all of us. My fellow justices of the peace have contributed a great deal to the development of this parish. With their continued commitment and leadership role, we will work together, step by step, to find solutions that will yield further successes. It is the little effort in each of us that will come together to create a big thing that will impact our nation positively. To further strengthen our presence and our role, I will be looking at providing adequate number of justices of the peace who have the requisite training to build our effectiveness, professionalism, and confidence in all areas of service to our people. There's a mammoth task ahead of me, but I will stand on the foundation of my predecessors. I have had the opportunity to be served by two custodians. They are the Honorable Dr. Gilbert Allen and the Honorable Sally Portes, who have served this parish with distinction. Since my appointment, I have sat with them, and I'm honored to receive their blessings. The Honorable Dr. Allen is not able to be with us today due to ill health, but he is represented by his wife and his daughter, and I extend my best wishes to him and his family at this time. The Honorable Sally Portes, who is with us, has created a legacy that will serve as a standard and will guide my decision-making in this office to further build this parish. Thank you, custodians, for the foundation you have laid. As the baton is passed to me, I see the building of this parish as an achievable task. Together, we can accomplish much in our lives through service to our nation. Martin Luther King said, "Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. All you need is a good heart full of grace." As leaders, we have the moral obligation to serve and protect our citizens, from young to old, the weak and the strong, the sick and the healthy, and those impacted by unfavorable conditions. It is my belief that every citizen was born equally, and they are entitled to equal justice, security, and dignity. If we should ignore the injustices, the indiscipline, the insecurity around us, we will be supporting the injustices, the indiscipline, and the insecurity. Ladies and gentlemen, this beautiful country is not only for the fortunate, the privileged, or the few, but for all of us. So as we hope for a new and better Jamaica, we must embrace the spirit of volunteerism to further advance Jamaica's growth and development, to become the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Because our work here in Manchester is not just for Manchester, I join with my fellow custodians and I pledge my cooperation to help build our nation parish by parish, to create a Jamaica not just for us, but for future generations to enjoy and of which they can be proud. It will be a Jamaica that will hold a desirable global position. Through partnerships with the schools, churches, security forces, the judiciary, the health sector, service clubs, civic society, and key stakeholders, my programs and initiatives will seek to inspire our youths, students, families, and leaders in all sectors to help generate excellence in Manchester that will help to create a more dynamic and prosperous Jamaica. It is my intention to encourage all to know and respect our national anthem, the national pledge, and the national song. To believe abundantly in our country, to strive for better things, and to showcase our patriotism by being part of Jamaica's advancement. I agree, difficulties will face us from time to time, but that is when we can remember the words of our Governor General, using what is right with Jamaica to fix what is wrong with Jamaica. When I sat with the Governor General, he advised me to know my parish, know the people, and to develop programs to include the youths. I have already started this, and I will continue to meet with as many stakeholders as is possible to engage our people for us to work together for greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the prospect of a brighter future. All our people in Manchester will be energized with excellence being our buzzword as we push forward. We will seek to embrace new ideas and partnership to continue building this great parish. This, our island of Jamaica, needs the good in our hearts and our minds, as the ills and challenges we face as a nation are many and are real. Overcoming them won't be easy, nor will it happen in the short term. However, with the support of all of us, it will happen eventually. My brothers and sisters, I am a firm believer in Jamaica and in our people. Together, let us embrace and correct our challenges. Let us find a common ground so that our collective efforts will inspire renewed faith in our people. Let us give hope to every community. Let us find optimism and hope for a brighter future. Let us together turn towards the future, and let us move forward together. As Jamaicans, we can be proud and celebrate our achievements, and we must seek God's guidance to help us achieve more. Then in the final stages, we can all sing, from riverside to mountain, from cane field to the sea, our hearts salute Jamaica, triumphant, proud, and free. Justice, truth be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Thank you, and God bless Jamaica.